Welcome to the Tribune Times upgrade tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to upgrade your Tribune Times from version 1 to version 2. So let's get started. Right now you're looking at the quick start version of the original Tribune Times. And so what we're going to do is first we're going to go here to the administrator of your Joomla site. And if you haven't upgraded your Joomla version, you're going to want to do it. So you click on the upgrade and go ahead and install the upgrade. And that's going to install straight from Joomla. And now we're running on the latest version of Joomla, so let's go back to the control panel and let's go ahead and update Kanena. Upgrade to the latest version. Okay, so if you get this white screen like we're seeing here, that is a little problem with the install, so you're just going to want to go ahead to your address bar and remove the Kanena live update and just go back to your administrator. So let's go back to the administration side and let's complete the installation here. And now Kanena has completed, and that looks to be a little problem with Kanena and their install, but that was solved easy. So let's go ahead and close. Okay, so next let's go to our website, JoomlaXTC.com. So now you're going to want to go over here and click on the login and register and log in. Now that you're logged in, you're going to want to go here to the Joomla templates. You're going to want to go to Tribune Times and you want to go to download, and you want to go ahead and download all the files available for it, because we're going to upgrade all the files and the template itself. So you can go ahead and you can click download all, download them to your desktop, and then we're going to install them. So once they're downloaded, you're going to want to go over here to your extension manager on your website, and you're going to want to go ahead and you're going to want to browse. You're going to want to go over here to the extension manager, and you're going to want to go ahead and browse for the files on your hard drive. So we're going to click browse and start off here with the power tabs. And then we're going to move on and install everything that we downloaded. You don't have to install the quick start because that is the full installation of Joomla for the new version, but you want to do all the components, all the modules, and the template JXC Tribune responsive. Now that everything's installed, let's go over here to our template manager, and you'll see that you have your original Tribune in there, and we have Tribune 2. So let's go ahead and make this default. And now let's go ahead and jump into the modules. So we're going to go over here to the module manager, and the first part of the site we're going to be working on is the header area. So we have a few changes here, so let's start with the menus. So I'm going to go to the menu, and now we have our menu bar position. So we're going to open this up, and the main menu is no longer in menu bar, it's in menu bar left. So we'll say menu bar left, and we're going to go ahead and say show, and we're going to go over here to the advanced options, and we're going to set the alternative layout. We're going to set it for responsive, and the module class suffix is mo left, and that's for mobile left. We're going to go ahead and save and close. And next we have the menu bar 2. The menu bar 2, we're going to go in here and leave it just as it is here. Go over to the alternative layout and set that for responsive. Save and close. And now let's go ahead and assign a new module position here. So I see that we have top menu and user 3. So we're going to go ahead and select that and change this, and this is going to be categories. We're going to say show. We're going to publish it. We'll publish it on all pages. and select the example pages. And we're just going to use Suckerfish, it's fine. And then this is going to be mobile from the Tribune 2. And we're going to say Mo left 2. And we're going to put this in the menu right 1 module position. And what this is this is going to be the mobile menu for the second level menu once you get to the mobile device level. So now that we've got that in there, we can go ahead and save and close. And next, let's go ahead and view the site. And I'm going to refresh it. Okay, so see, we have everything in here. It's coming together. Right now we want to look over here at the top slide, and we want to look over at favorites. We're going to change those, and this is all going to go on one level, and then we're going to want to change purchase here to buy and change this menu a little bit so there's enough room for everything in there. So let's go back to the template administrator, and let's go ahead and select our JoomlaXTC slide module. Oops. And there's the slide module. So we don't need the mobile tools, so let's go ahead and turn that off. We're not using that anymore. And the top slide here in menu right 1, we're going to move this to menu right 2. We're going to go ahead and hide the title. And now we're going to want to edit the markup here. So let's go back to our home page and let's view the documentation for the template. Templates, and now page 3. And Tribune Times. So let's scroll down here to the setup. And we've already set up menu right 1, menu right 2. So here we're going to copy this markup, and we're going to go back to our administrator, and we're going to throw that in here. Members here, and let's go ahead and turn this to log out, and we'll go ahead and save. Now let's check our work. Okay, now what we've done here is we've changed the favorites. It's no longer a I mean the members here. The members moved over. We're going to have to move this over too, but the members is no longer an image here. Now it's font, and we've updated it for mobile. So let's go back to our administrator here, and we can save and close out of here. Next, we're going to want to go to the menu right 2 module position, and we're going to go to our reading list. First thing we want to do is move that to menu right 3. Then let's go back to the documentation, and let's go ahead and copy this out. And let's replace it with this. And we're going to save. Now let's refresh. Okay, things are starting to come together. So now let's put the date module over here on the left and the search module on the right. So let's save and close out of that. And let's put this to select position. And now let's select type. Let's go to the date 2 module. Date 2, that was in top 3. Now we're going to put it in top left. Now let's select the search module. And let's go ahead and put this in top right. And publish it. And we can be on all pages here. So let's go ahead and save. And now let's refresh the site. Okay, so now what we want to do is let's go ahead and limit the items that we have here in the second menu, and let's just change that purchase to buy. so everything works at a mobile level. So I'm going to go back here to the administrator, and we can save and close the search. Let's go to the main menu first. And this is something you might not have to do because you probably have different menus set up if your site's live, but I'm just going to go ahead and show you here what we did for the demo. Buy. Save and close. Now let's go to the example pages. And see, we have news in here in all of them. We really don't need that. So we can start off with US news, and we can go ahead and change the world news to just world. Business news to business. Political to just political. Entertainment to entertainment. And we'll do sports to sports. And let's go ahead and change Kunena Forum to just forum. Save and close. Now let's view the website. Okay, so now we've set up the whole header area here with the menus and the date module and the search module and the logo. So now we're going to move on to the region number 2 here and edit these news pros, which are actually K2 content walls, and the latest news title here. So let's go back to our administrator, and let's go to the module manager, and let's go ahead and filter this by the K2 content wall. Now that we have all the content walls here, let's start with the user 1 position. In here we have the top news user 1, so we're going to go to top news, and we're going to go ahead and change the template here. Going to change this to featured news user 1. Save and close. And actually, to make this a little bit simpler, let's go up here to the featured news and left 2, and let's just change that one, and we'll go ahead and unpublish the other one. So we're going to go here, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go to featured news user 1. We're going to change this to the user 1 position. And we're going to have 1 here. Let's go ahead and delete this markup out of here to make sure that there's no conflict with loading the template. And now let's make this 5 items for the more. And let's go over here and change this to Bootstrap. And let's save and close. So now, before we do anything, let's go over here to the select position and user 1. Let's go ahead and turn those off. The top news, we're going to leave the featured news. So now we only have featured news on in user 1. And let's go back to our template, and let's go ahead and refresh. Okay, now you see we have user 1 here, but latest media is in the wrong position. So let's go ahead and move the latest media. So let's go to the select position and now select type, and let's go to the power tabs. While we're in here, we're going to turn off the tab news because we're no longer using the tab news. And now we're going to open the latest media power tabs. Now that we have that open, let's go ahead and go to, instead of user 6, let's put that in user 13, save and close it, and go back and see how our site looks. So as you see now, we've replaced the left 2 and the user 1 with 1 module position in user 1. Now we need to get the more working here. And this is the more area, and we have to have more in here. So let's go ahead and change the module settings for that. So we're going to go back here to the content walls, and we're going to go to user 1, open that. So now let's just go over here and set this for 3. And while we're in here, let's go ahead and set the intro and full text links correctly. Okay, so intro length here is now going to be 240. Full text 165. And let's go here for the intro text and make this 165. And go ahead and save. Now we'll check our work. Okay, so it's starting to come together. Now you might see here, depending on how many articles you have, right now we're only pulling from one category, and we've actually made this longer and added more articles, and there's only 4 showing up right now. So I'm just going to go back here and I'm going to select World News as well, so we have enough articles. And now we're going to refresh again. And now we have enough articles. But you see here we do have this empty little area, and this is actually our image that we added to our images folder for the Jom Social Walls ad, but it's not in your images folder, so it's not showing anything. So let me show you how to put your own image there or update that. So we're going to go back here to the module manager, and we're going to take a look and see here what the markup is. I'm just going to change the template real quickly. Now you see I have the load here, so I'm going to go here to the user 1, and I'm going to say load. And we're going to take a look. It's looking for images Jom Social Walls JPEG. So one thing you could do is you can go ahead and unpack the quick start version and go into the basic Joomla images folder and go ahead and grab our Jom Social Walls JPEG and upload that to your Joomla images folder, and then it'll replace that. And I'll go ahead and show you what that'll look like now. So I just went and uploaded it, and I'm going to go ahead and set this back to the template. Featured news user 1, and I'm going to go ahead and delete any markup that's in here right now so there's no conflict. Let's go to advanced options, and let's make sure we pull the CSS out. And now let's go ahead and save the module and refresh the page. And now we have our image in there. So what you can do is you can go ahead and name it the same as our image, the Jom Social Walls JPEG, or you can actually edit the markup and put your own image in and point it to it. One thing you're going to have to do though is if you want to edit that, you're actually going to have to go into the template via FTP or Dreamweaver, whatever editing program you have, and change the markup there because of the way that the images are called here. If you actually do it in the module without the template, it's not going to show these little images here. So let me take a brief moment and show you how you go about doing that. So I'm going to switch over here to Dreamweaver, and I'm here inside of the folder here for the main website. So I'm going to go over to modules. Now it's going to show me the modules, and I'm going to go down here and I'm going to find our K2 content wall. We're going to open that folder up, and we're going to go down to the templates folder. So now you see all the templates are in here. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the featured news user 1. So now I'm going to open up the element HTML. And this is the element HTML. This is for the main area. So now let's look at the more HTML. And this is the more HTML. So the main module is here. It's the module HTML. And this is actually where we're calling it from. So as you see here, we're calling that main area I just showed you the more area, And then we have our border wrap with a mobile hide, so it hides at a mobile level. And here it is, images, Jom Social Walls, JPEG. So you would just put whatever title you want in there for your image, and that'll point it right to the images folder and the image that you want. And then you go ahead and upload that, and that switches it out. So let's go ahead and go back to the website. And now we see we have this all set up, so let's move over into the Write To area, and we can go here, close out, K2 content wall. Let's look for Write To. Write To is breaking news. So we just want to update the template to the breaking news Write To. Let's go ahead and delete what we have in here. Let's go to the advanced options, and let's go down here to the alternative layout, and let's go to Bootstrap, and let's go ahead and put mobile hide. Mobile hide in the module class suffix. This will hide it at the mobile level. So we're going to go save and close. Now let's check our work. Okay, so now that looks good. So let's move down here to subscribe to our e-news. And that's the ACY mailing module. Okay, and that's in Write To. So let's go ahead and open that. So now that we've opened the module, let's go back to our home page here, and let's go back to the Joomla documentation, templates, Tribune Times, and let's go grab the new markup. And let's find the ACY mailing module. So let's copy this, go back to the ACY mailing module. Let's go down here for the intro text for the Move tools. Let's update that. Let's go ahead and save and refresh the site. And as you see, there's the new layout with the image on top. So next we have our category wall here. So we're going to want to close out of this, and we're going to want to search for the K2 category wall and the Write To position. And now we're going to go ahead and change this from 3 to 6 to 1. Select our new template. Delete this out of here. Delete that out of there. Go to our advanced options, alternative layout. Let's go ahead and float that, and let's put this as categories desktop, and save it. And now let's refresh. Okay, now that's fixed. And so let's go and move this latest news up here to the top. Just going to save and close out of this. And let's go ahead and select type. Select set position, and the position that we had it in before was the news flash. So let's go into HTML mode here, and we're going to change the markup. So we're going to go back to the documentation. And we're going to go ahead and grab this markup here. paste that in there. Update, save and close. Oops, let's go back and set this for user 1. Save and close. And refresh. Okay, now it's been updated, so let's go back and let's move it. Let's go to select position user 1 and let's put it above everything. So user 1, and let's go to ordering. Make that 1, make this 2. Update. So now we can go ahead and delete this one and this one here. Let's trash those so we only have 2 modules there. News flash and latest news. And let's refresh our page. And now we have the latest news, the breaking news, and we come all the way down here to what's this? Oh, okay, so this is the featured articles are on the home page. So we want to be turning those off, but let's go ahead and finish up here with what we were doing in the right to. This ad, we want it to disappear once you go to the mobile level. So let's go back to our administrator and let's select right to. And let's go to the banner. And we're just going to add a module class suffix on here to mobile hide. And we'll save and close. Now let's get rid of those front page articles. Let's go to Tribune 2. Go to the advanced settings and let's go ahead and say no components. And we'll save and close. And let's go ahead and refresh the site. And whoa, what happened? That got moved. Okay. Wonderful thing about Joomla is sometimes it just likes to reorder your modules if they don't have the position set in them correctly. So as you see, banner went there. So let's go ahead and do the ordering here. Let's go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Update that, and those should be updated. So let's scroll down here. Okay, the module's there. So now we're going to work here on the latest media area. So let's go back to our administrator. And let's go ahead and first we want to set up the power tabs. So let's go to the power tabs, latest media. And we're going to change this to 1300 because that's the new width of the site. And we're going to want to change the slide height. Let's change that to 120. Save and close. Okay, now let's go here to the tabs. And we're going to change the height of these, and we're going to change the names because they need to be a little shorter for when we do responsive. So we're going to go, the tab width is 100 and it's 20. We change that to all. Okay, world is 120, that's fine. Business needs to be 120. And we'll go ahead and save and close it. Politics, 120. Sports is already 120. Entertainment, let's go ahead and change this to media and make that 120. And let's take US news and let's just make this USA and make sure it's 120. Okay, so now we set up the power tabs. So let's go back to our module manager and let's go back to our K2 walls, because what we're doing is we're loading our K2 content walls inside of the power tabs. So we're going to go ahead and select position here so it shows us all of them, and now let's go ahead and edit these. So we're going to want to go videos all news, come down here and we're going to want to select the template, Video All, Media, All News. Let's go ahead and delete what's in here. We can delete that. And under the Advanced, we're going to want to select the layout for Bootstrap, and we're going to want to refresh on click. That's a new feature in here, and it enables the K2 content walls to be used inside of tab modules such as power tabs. So I'm going to go up and save and close this one, and I'm going to go ahead and do all of these. So I went ahead and updated all of these with the same template. So now let's go ahead and let's view our website and let's refresh it. And we're looking good for that. Let's go to USA. Okay, it looks like we need a little more height here inside of the power tabs. Let me go ahead and check the settings that we have. So let's go back to our administrator, to our power tabs, slideshows, and let's go back to the latest media and let's change that to 165 and save it. And let's take another look. Okay, there we go. Now we've got the latest media set up and ready for responsive. So now we're going to move down here into the quote of the day and the categories. So let's go back to the administrator and let's go to our module manager, and let's go here to our custom HTML module, and here we have the category title. So we're going to open the category title. Let's go back to our documentation, and go to the category title, and let's use this markup here. Let's go ahead and replace that here, user 22, and save and close. Now let's go to custom HTML. Let's look for the quote of the day. And then let's go back here to grab the markup. Let's go ahead and change this. And since we're using the regular custom HTML, we're going to need the code. Go ahead and paste that in like that. Update it, save and close. And let's go ahead and refresh the site. Okay, so now we're going to move down into the user 27 positions where we have the categories and take care of those. So let's go back here and let's select for our K2 content wall, and let's browse by the position, user 27. Okay, so US news through sports news, these are all going to be the same. So we want to come over into here, and again, we want to switch it to the template. And they're all going to use the same one, Tribune category news. So we can go ahead and we can take everything out of here and here and here, and let's set this for 4 items instead of 5. And let's go ahead and set this for Bootstrap. Okay, so now you're going to want to go ahead and duplicate that for world news to sports news. Now once you've updated these, you can go here to the more news, and we're going to go ahead and select the template, more news, user 27, and let's go ahead and set that for Bootstrap. And let's make sure we have the columns correct. Okay, so we're going to go 3 columns and we're going to go 1 row. Okay, so now we have user 27 worked out, so let's go ahead and turn that off here, and let's take the K2 content wall off, and let's select our position right 6, and let's set up the right 6 side. So first we're going to go to contributors. Let's go ahead and change this to authors, so we have enough room here. Change that, and let's go ahead and change the columns to 4, the rows to 1, and let's select the template. We can delete this out of here. Let's go to our advanced options, and let's go ahead and select float, and save and close. Next we have our advertisement. We want to go ahead and add to that mobile hide, to hide it at the mobile level. Tab news is off, we're no longer using that. Latest chatter. Let's go ahead and set this to latest chatter right 6. And go to the advanced options. And in the advanced options here, we can go ahead and leave that as default and set that as visible desktop. Save and close. And the poll remains the same. The archives are good. And now let's go to the advertisement here. And for the advertisement, we want to add our mobile hide suffix. And we'll save and close that one. And now let's go back to the site and let's take a look at it. Okay, now we're going to change the, we're going to go back to the author wall here. So we go here to the authors. And let's go ahead and change the max comment length now. And we're going to go ahead and make this 60. That's 4 and 60. So we'll save. And let's go ahead and refresh the site. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and remove some of these. So let's set this for rows to be 6 and save it. Let's go ahead and refresh the page. Okay, so we've gotten all the way down to the bottom. The bottom menus work fine here. So now let's take a look at one other thing here. When we go responsive, we hide this, and we actually at mobile view, we put it underneath the categories. So let's go over here to our administrator again, and select position, select type, K2 category wall. Now let's copy this by duplicating it. And now let's take it and go ahead and put this in user 22. Categories right 2. Okay, and let's go down here to the advanced options. And we're going to change this here, the module class suffix. And we're going to change it from categories desktop to categories mobile. And we're going to publish it. And it can be on all pages. Or actually, let's just put it on only those selected. And let's go to main menu. Clear the selection. Let's just put it on home because that's where we have it shown. So we can go ahead and save and close it. And let's make sure it's in the right position. So let's look at the select position so we get the ordering right. And we go over here to user 22. And we'll make sure it's underneath the category title. Okay, it's underneath the category title. So now let's look at the right module positions, because we're going to want to go ahead and make these use the responsive templates. So the latest news here is the same as the breaking news. So we're just going to want to select the template, breaking news right. We can go ahead and delete all of this out of here. Select the bootstrap layout, and we'll go ahead and add a mobile hide to it. We have our categories in right, so we want to set this up just like the other categories module that we just did. So we want this to be 6. We want this to be 1. We want to select our template. And then we want to go ahead and float. Categories desktop. And that's in the right. We'll save and close. We have our banner 2 in right, so we want to go ahead and add the mobile hide. Save that one. Our contributors. We're going to want to set this up just like the other contributors. We're going to want to rename it authors. Now we want to set this for 4, and this one for 1. Select the template. Change the max comment length to 60. Change this to float. And then we'll save it. Tab news is off. Latest chatter is fine. We have our advert here. So we want to go ahead and mobile hide. Save and close. And now, let's go ahead and go back to select position here, and let's take a look at the site. And let's go ahead and check for the responsiveness of the site now. So we're going to bring it in. Bring it in. Now we're going to scroll down. And we're going to see that everything's looking good here at the mobile level as we go down. All right, so we have success. We want to check one final thing here before we're finished. Let's go back to the administrator. Let's go to the K2 component, and let's go to the categories. And now we want to make sure that we are using the template Tribune. Save that there. And now all these inherit the parameters from US News, so you shouldn't have to change those, but we're going to go ahead and update them just in case. And once you've done those, we're going to go ahead and now we're going to look at the menus. Let's go back to our menu manager here. First, let's look at the example pages. And let's see here, the U.S. News. It's a K2 category. So let's see, basic options. Select template, Tribune. And so you're going to want to do that for all of these. Tribune. And once you get those, let's go over and make sure that the main menu has the right ones too. So we're going to go here to our main menu, and we're going to go to K2. Select template Tribune. K2 2 column. Select Tribune. The item page, that should inherit right from the category, so we don't have that in there. I believe the tags and user page does the same thing, but let's just check. Basic options. Okay, select a template, Tribune. K2 user page. Select template, Tribune. Now let's go back to the home page and let's check out our K2. And everything looks good here. Might want to change the ordering of the right column, get these in the right position, but I'm sure you understand how to do that. And now you see here with the menu, it's suckerfish right now. So let's set that for the dual column here in the template manager. This was done inside the module manager, but now we go ahead and set it here in the template manager under the grid settings. Main menu is a dual fish. Save and close. Let's go back to the home page. And now we have the dual fish. So we've completed the upgrade, and if you have any other questions, feel free to check the documentation online or send us a support ticket. And I hope you enjoy your new responsive version of Tribune Times. We'll see you next time.